Hello, welcome to Co-Creating with Cosmic Holly. I'm Holly, and today I'm going to be talking about the Gemini New Moon happening on May 26, 2025 at 11:02 p.m. at 6 degrees Gemini, and that 11:02 is Eastern time, so adjust for your time zone. It might be happening on the 27th or a lot earlier on the 26th. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Gemini's ruling planet is Mercury. It's communication is a big deal for Gemini. Gemini is often referred to as the trickster, as the magician, as the bard, as the poet. Bob Dylan is a Gemini. The magician, because Gemini is fluid with words, and they set an intention and it happens. I wrote this down. Magician, poet, one who gains power over creation by the act of attaching words to objects. So intention setting. So like we're in a real potent time for intention setting. What I want to say. I have many notes here from Stephen Forrest and Caroline Casey. And Stephen Forrest says, the twins must give the universe permission not to make any sense. If they are confused, they are on target. That's Stephen Forrest. And Caroline Casey says about the moon in Gemini, I belong to the tradition of those who gave voice to the understanding of interrelatedness. Traditionally, my task was to maintain a garrulous intimacy with the mundane, as I perceive everything to be animated and speak to everything in its own language. I was the first bard, storyteller, or singer to offer human voice as a means of expression for others. So, by expressing ourselves, we allow others, we give voice to the universe. That's what I say. That's not what Caroline Casey says, but that's how I interpret that. I love that as I perceive everything to be animated and speak to everything in its own language. So an animated world becomes a very magical place. And Gemini is sometimes called the magician. So this is a time where we may be out and about in the world. We're in the last month of spring, and it's Gemini season. Gemini is the twins, right? In the tarot, Gemini is the lovers. There are two aspects of the self coming together and creating a whole other entity, right? Whenever I think of Gemini, I think of curiosity and playfulness and imagination and invention and intention, and really it's an exciting time for me to think about setting intentions. I just love this time of year. It's air, and its planet is Mercury. I think I may have said that its planet is Mercury. Therefore, it is, very likes to communicate. I'm actually seeing Gemini being able to kind of be in different places, like maybe friends with like people in high places and friends with people in low places. Mercury can travel. Mercury's the only god that can go to hell and back. So, Zeus, Jupiter, used to send him down to find out what was going on with Pluto, because he could go back and forth. There's a non-judgmental quality with Gemini, which is really cool. So there's this, ease. There's an ease of communication. The curious quality of Gemini speaking the language of the being they're speaking to, whether it's a cat running around in here, or like ravens, or other people, their neighbors. Gemini is like, likes to check out what's going on and take that information in. And part of how they sort of light up their soul is through speaking. So as far as intention setting goes, I talk about setting intentions. It's the new moon, it's time. We set intentions while the moon is at its just the very beginning of the waxing phase, which means right at the new moon, maybe a few minutes after the new moon, or up into the first quarter, as the moon begins to wax. But we set those intentions, we set those seeds during the dark time of the moon. But as it's starting to gain more light, as it's able to reflect the sun more and more, the sun and the moon are in the same place in the sky when it's a new moon. So like the moon is eclipsed. And I like to look at it as, Hatha, the sun and the moon energy combining together. That's very Kundalini action, creating this electrified potential that we don't really know how it's going to turn out. Intentions, I like to set them as if, they've already happened. They're like an affirmation that's happened, and there's gratitude. And for the highest good of all, so be it, so it is. But we're putting it out there. We're co-creating with the cosmos, because this is the time where it's like, all right, I have this idea, bing, now I want the universe to create it with me, and I don't really know how it's going to turn out, but like, I have this idea, and now I'm going to open up to something better. This or something better is now coming to me for the highest good of all. I like to set 10 intentions with each new moon, and we can set many personal intentions, and try to set at least one intention that is global, and one that's cosmic, and one that maybe is like, might seem like it's completely unreachable. With Gemini, I like to add a little bit more. I like to say, what if? So you have the intentions, and you're very serious about writing your intentions down. Very serious, okay? And then you just go, what if, da, 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 and then let it go. When we say, what if, our imagination starts to fill in the vision. And when we're what ifing in a positive, playful way, we open ourselves to bigger possibilities. There's a releasing of the ego that just allows it to be fun and allows it to be just open. Allows the divine part of ourselves, the cosmic part, whatever you want to call it, to come in and play. You're inviting the divine, you're inviting the cosmic energies to come in and play with you. And when we do this on the new moon, we are playing with the we're playing with the cosmos. Okay, I've been shuffling the whole time I've been speaking, so let me see what pops out. I'm gonna pick one soon. You know, if you think about like that the tarot, in the tarot, the lovers are also Gemini. It's like the cosmic dancing with the cosmic, the sacred, the spirit dancing with the mundane, you know, and partnering up with huge possibility. All right, I'm just gonna pick one because they're not jumping out. Okay, what did I get? The 9 of Wands. Holy smokes. So there's a point in an idea coming into fruition, creativity, like this is this passionate idea. It's cooking. This like wolf, it looks like a wolf in the middle of a fire. So there's this thing that has happened that you know, there's a flow of creative energy that is almost like, you know, you're standing back, almost like you're just allowing things to move. And then we get to the 9 and it's like there's a transformation that has happened, or that we're in the middle of it happening. Like, yeah, you can be there, you can be at this you know, you get to this point where this creative transfer, like you realize this thing that you started is maybe a little bigger than you expected. And with the wands, it's fire, it's passion, and it's creativity. You had some kind of like idea, and like now it's almost like, oh my God, this might be a little out of control. But it's like, this is asking you, or this is telling you that your ideas, I feel that the intentions that you set are going to grow. 1, be careful what you ask for. 2, be open to allowing it to grow. Because it's hot. It's moving, it's growing. And check in with check in with yourself, check in with your higher self for guidance along the way. Like whatever your intentions are, whatever you're beginning right now, whether or not you set intentions, the cosmic energy is still moving. So whatever it is that you're doing right now, the potential for it to catch on, the potential for it to grow is there. And you want to not try to control it too much. Like this creature here, I think it's a wolf, is you know, like trying to control what is happening, and it has jumped into the fire, right? So the trick is, and I was talking about this before before I actually pulled the card, is when you set your intention is to say, this or something better is now coming to me. So allow, like, think about what it is that you would like. Think before you speak. Gemini can sometimes, like, Gemini has a way with words and there's going to be a lot of speaking right now. So it's like, if you're speaking about yourself, or talking to yourself, say nice things to yourself. If you want a kinder world, be kind. If you want, like, be the thing that you want. Speak in a manner in which, in a manner that is loving and kind, and allowing for growth, so that if it grows, it's not like it's a terrifying thing. It's actually a great thing. Like, wouldn't it be great if bing, and allow the growth to happen, because it's going to catch on. All right, if you would like a reading with me, you can go to holly-troy.com/tarot. You can see everything that I offer. I offer many different kinds of readings. They're all 25% off for the year of 2025, because everybody's going through a boatload of change right now. And they're fun. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Good luck with your intentions. Yes, remember to be kind. Remember to be loving. Set your intentions and let them go. Don't try to control them. They're gonna take a life of their own. And be cautious. It is fire season right now. So if that's a literal card, like, if you don't know what you're doing with fire, like, don't play with it. And if you do know what you're doing, you already know to make sure that all of the fires are out if they need to be, if you leave a campsite, don't leave fires going. All right. Peace and love. Have a great week. Bye.